everyone, so to kick things off today I'm prepping the eyes with some of my e.l.f. Eyelid primer, and I'm just patting this all over the eye area, anywhere that I'll be applying shadow. My palette of choice today is the Makeup Revolution Reloaded Eyeshadow Palette in Iconic Division. It's the one that's a dupe for the Subculture and I love it. So I'm beginning with that mustard shade and I'm using a pencil brush to map out the shape of my shadow. I sketch down a line and then I make sure not to blend my shadows out past that point, and I just find it makes the blending process that little bit easier. So I'm working that shadow into the crease now, making sure that when I get to the outer corner that I sweep the shadow upwards and outwards towards the tail of my brow to get that elongated look to the eyes. Once I've layered that shadow up a couple of times and I'm happy with the intensity of the shadow and the blend, then I'm sweeping some of that shadow down on the inner third of the eyelid, and then I'm switching from a fluffy blending brush to a pencil brush, and I'm beginning by bringing that shadow all the way along the lower lash line, and I'm basically just framing the eye with this mustard colour. Next then I'm taking this sort of purpley maroon shade and I'm beginning by tapping it down on the outer third just to lay down the shadow, and then I'm sweeping it into the crease. And I'm going to repeat that process as usual a few times until I'm happy with the pigmentation. Usually I take my shadows all the way across the crease, but for today's look I'm not, and I really like the effect. I'm just bringing that shadow maybe around 2/3 of the way across the crease. To make sure that mustard shade blends in with the maroon shade, I'm just reapplying and layering the shadows over one another until I have a nice faded effect. Then I'm switching back to my pencil brush and I'm adding that shadow down along the lower lash line, and I'm solely using that pencil brush because I don't want to blend this shade out as much as the mustard shadow. I want that one to be peeking through the purple. Little by little I'm gradually deepening the look, so next I'm going in with this brown and I'm adding it on the outer third of the eye only, and like before I'm bringing it down along the lower lash line. You may not think this shadow makes a whole lot of difference, but it actually does, and it just makes the transition from purple to black a little more seamless. So next then I'm taking a black eyeshadow and I'm focusing this just on the outer third of the eye to add some depth, and I'm applying the black at an angle, and this along with the fact that we have blown out the shadows will just help to lift the eyes. So once I'm happy with how that black looks, I'm taking a small angled brush and I'm pressing that black eyeshadow into the lash line, and then I'm going back in with my pencil brush just once more to make sure that all the shadows down along that lower lash line are nice and diffused. So I decided then that I wanted to differentiate the mustard colour on the lid from the mustard in the crease, so I lightly layered some of the orange eyeshadow just over top of that mustard to alter the colour slightly. Then I'm taking Urban Decay's Alkaline pencil. I adore the 24/7 pencils, and I'm just adding this to the waterline. And then I'm patting some of that maroon shade over top to set it in place to make sure that that pencil doesn't budge. For lashes then, I'm going in with these Kiss ones. They're kind of natural. I didn't want to add dramatic lashes because I wanted the shadows to speak for themselves, and I think a thick pair of lashes would kind of take away from the look. But once I've got those in place, then I'm adding a couple of coats of mascara to blend my own lashes in with the false ones, and then that's it. So I hope you enjoyed the tutorial and found it helpful. If you did, please let me know by commenting, giving me a thumbs up and subscribing, and I'll chat to you all soon.